live hiphopdaily.tv, and this episode is sponsored by our delivery buzz at CannaGo. Order from local shops to get the best THC-free CBD consumables, Delta-8 non-medicated skin products, cosmetics, essential oils, smoking products, and more right to your doorstep. And in partnership with CannaGo, this month all listeners of the show could receive $10 off their first order. Just use promo code CashColor10. Download their app on iOS and head to their website, trycannago.com, to see what they have for you. Let's be buds.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand how geeked I was because I've been stuttering over this script for like the last 4 episodes, but I finally got it down, man. I finally got it down. I got it memorized in my head, man. All right. So without further ado, man, today is actually a special dope day for us at Cash Color Cannabis. For those who know, we released our first official magazine this year. It's going to be quarterly. It's called Cash Color Cannabis Magazine. And tonight I got some dope vendors in the building. I got Best Dirty Lemonade, Carpe Diem Medical, and also Caviar Club, who's new to the studio. Shout out to Caviar Club, man. They came through to help bless some of our guests who came through the shop with us and purchased a magazine. But to put a cherry on top of that day, I got a super special guest in the building, man. My man Kyle Brown. Kyle is the founder and was the owner of Malawi Plant and Oil. It's a building that's literally down the street. And when I first found out you was down the street, I made it a point to make sure that you got on this show. But before we even got to the show, me and Joe took a stop down by the store. You was the first person to actually get me to take a CBD dab. I never do that.
Okay.
I don't take THC dabs. I know the dirty over there like, dog, you don't even do THC dabs. How you do a CBD dab? But yeah, I did that. Hey, EJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, without further ado, Kyle, thank you for coming through the show tonight, man.
Man, thank you so much, man. Glad to be here. Cash Color Cannabis, man.
Yeah.
Becca, thank you, man. And first and foremost, you know, the crew, y'all got it feeling like it's Christmas. I'm getting all these gifts, and I feel like we all at grandma's house with all my cousins, and we about to be giving each other the eye, like, yo, we need to go take that break.
Yeah, but this in this instance, grandma's cool.
Yeah,
Grandma's super cool with everything.
For sure. So shout out to the crew tonight. If y'all not here, y'all should be.
Yeah, y'all definitely should be, man. But you definitely can smell the vibe through the screen if y'all watching it online or something like that. But again, thank you again for coming through. I know this is your first time on the show, so for those who are listening tonight and watching tonight, please introduce yourself. Just tell us overall what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Kyle Brown, the owner of the Bookstore Gallery, which we do sell Malawi Plant Oil, which I founded back in 2019. We sell all premium CPD products, and the house of the brand is the Bookstore Gallery, which is where we're more like an apothecary. Yeah. We have all different botanicals, all about health and wellness and building community here in the Castleberry Hill area.
Yeah. What a dope story too, man. We're gonna really get into this story.
Yes,
but before we get into the story, speak to us about what you were doing prior to jumping into this, because I actually know a little bit about this story. And when I was reading about it earlier, I was like, dog, why'd you ever leave this to come over here? But talk to us about what you was doing prior to this.
Yeah. So I'm back home. So Atlanta is like my second home. Originally from Long Island, New York. I moved to Atlanta in 2009. I went to Morehouse College, graduated 13. I moved back to get my MBA from Emory. I worked 9.5 years corporate, man.
Yes, you did, man.
So COVID really put things in perspective for me. It's all about family and all about us, right? Really creating e-commerce with each other and really making sure we had a seat at the table doing cannabis and doing all different type of botanicals the right way.
Yeah.
And leading with education.
Yeah, but you weren't just in corporate America. You was in high level, I make money corporate America.
Yeah, I was a senior procurement manager. I managed about $80 million in spend globally.
Okay.
So I managed all different type of commodities for a top engineering firm here located in 190 countries.
That's crazy, man. How'd you get into that? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's something you studied. How'd you get into that?
Yeah, so at Morehouse, I studied finance. So I actually started interning with them in 2012.
Okay.
2012, so that turned into a full-time opportunity. And I immediately, as soon as I got the role, I became a mentor. I started recruiting back at the AUC Center. So I made sure to, recruit and bring some brothers and sisters into the fold and make sure they had some, a solid occupation. And travel the world.
Bro, that's a wild ride, man. You talk about being able to have your hands on $80 million worth of, man, that you had the power to make sure that you could buy and sell and bring people who look like us into the space.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's dope. How do you feel like your past experience helped prepare you for this new venture that you're in right now?
So my past experience is definitely interconnected. I definitely use my skills and my skill set built in corporate. It's all about vendor management. It's all about hospitality, how you talk to people, how you connect with people, because we're all interconnected, man. We're all brought together, um, you know, and I feel like that transcends, into the cannabis business that I'm in now. My vendors, I vet them properly, make sure they're audited, make sure they're doing all the testing required. Because one thing I refuse to do is give our people some trash product.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely working to audit everything, make sure it's tested, it's validated, and just making sure people understand what they're ingesting and what are the benefits of the product.
Now, I know you said COVID was what kind of jolted you into this new space that you're in right now. Speak to us about what COVID did for you and what made you say, all right, so this is time for me to kind of pivot into a new space.
Yeah, so I found myself working every day. I was burnt out.
Yeah.
I was in supply chain, procurement management. So, I'm flying corporate jets to flying all different type of products just to make it to our customer, right? So I decided that, hey, if I went out tomorrow, my business would, corporate would continue to move forward, with or without me. So I decided if I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna work hard for myself. I'm gonna put together a business for my family and make sure we can tap into our communities and make sure we provide internships, scholarships for the future leaders coming through and making sure they understand that cannabis should be done our way. I'm glad that you create this opportunity where we can actually create the narrative and show that, hey, we're all educated.
Yeah.
We all partake, right? And we still about our business.
Yeah, and speaking of partaking, man, before you got involved with the store, what was your prior history with THC? Like, were you actually somebody who was consuming?
So yes, I actually, it's funny how life, comes full circle. The first joints I smoked was actually during finals my freshman year in school. So to be back in the neighborhood, where I actually first started, smoking in 2009, it's just a blessing, man. And just to, see all my other brothers here in the audience today is just it's a full circle moment.
I like that because 2009, you were still in the space where there was really good Reggie, like there was really good Arizona on the street, but people were introducing people to exotic, so you was getting to that point.
Yeah.
Were you on? Was it really good Reggie for you at first?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had some Dro. I had some brothers out of Houston, out of Dallas. They brought some stuff, and hey, it got me where I needed. I got through finals. I graduated, so it got me where I needed to be.
In my early life of smoking, I used to take trips down to Dallas, man, and some of my favorite weed moments happened in Dallas. Like I used to smoke some good weed down there, bro. Yeah. Shout to Dallas. Shout to Texas folks, man.
Then spring breaks in LA.
Yeah.
And actually going to Seattle, trying the Washington buds. I mean, it just really, really changed my life.
Yeah.
The cannabis, it's just something that, we got to educate ourselves on because we all have an endocannabinoid system.
Yes.
So we are all made to ingest this medicine, this plant. It's just being able to provide this to the community is most important.
That's what's up, man. So when you were working in corporate America, were you still partaking? Is that something you had to hide from the suits?
So with my firm, they did do testing, but as long as you were good at your job, you weren't one to get tested.
Bro, that's most corporate jobs. Yeah. Like the minute you get in, they don't really give a shit if you were smoking weed. They don't care if you're doing coke. Like as long as you're doing your job correctly, you're perfectly fine. Right. Just don't be sexually harassing people.
That part.
That
part.
Don't be stepping over the line and getting stuff that could possibly get a lawsuit.
That part. Exactly. Man.
So now you're involved with what is a franchise, which was Malawi Plant and Oil, which I didn't know. I didn't know that was a franchise initially. I thought that was your own
So it's actually Holistic Connection was the franchise.
Holistic Connection was the franchise.
So THC, the Holistic Connection. But we're actually pivoting. We're creating our own black-owned franchise, right? And licensing opportunity. And it's going to be called the Bookstore Gallery. The building that we have used to be a bookstore back in the day. So we're literally standing on the shoulders of folks who came before us that made the building such a communal space, and we're just building on that vibration and energy. Come on, check us out, man. 461 Nelson Street Southwest, right in Castleberry. Walking distance from Mercedes-Benz. and right around the corner from my guy Mecca.
I didn't know it was a bookstore. You know, for the longest I've been seeing it because I've been over here for 7 years. I've been seeing that spot for the longest, and the most I knew was I knew homeless people slept in the front, and yeah, for it, like you being buck. Like I knew homeless people slept in the front, and I knew that they used it for parking. That part, for over you know what I'm saying, for the football games and all that, man.
Tailgates,
Did not know until the day I knocked on the door that there was stuff inside.
Yeah, man. So it was vacant for probably about 5-6 years.
Okay,
like
so it's been vacant since I've been here. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you know, shout out to the Russells, you know, providing the opportunity, and you know, believing in my concept. You know, literally bringing, you know, an Amsterdam smoke shop to Atlanta. Yeah. And the first one. So
was that a hard sell to the Russells that, you know, when you came up with this concept of, you know, I want to have this store, it's a holistic connection. It's CBD. It's not THC we selling. Right. Was that a hard sell to them?
It was not a hard sell at all. You know, and that's coming from, you know, 13 rejections all throughout the city. So it's only right that, you know, I get this opportunity from a family that looks like me, who are just so progressive, all about entrepreneurship. You know, we got the Rice Center right down the block. And just, you know, Castleberry is built of like 80% black businesses. So, you know, it's just, this is for us.
Yeah. Now you mentioned you had 13 rejections. That's hard. That's hard body. Like what were the rejections primarily for?
So a lot of the owners, they loved the concept, but when it came down to the paperwork and, you know, their mortgage company kind of saying, okay, who's the tenant? And they're like, that's a, you know, highly, you know, unregulated business. It's very risky. So, you know, the owners liked it, but it really came down to, you know, the mortgagees who just didn't like the concept. But, you know, like I said, I had an opportunity by a family that looks like me. Yeah,
you know, and that's a struggle that most like dispensaries across the country are dealing with right now. Yeah. Is getting a license is one thing, but finding a place to actually have this store is a whole nother animal. Because like you mentioned, it's not just the owners. You got to go through the mortgages. You got to go through sometimes even the people on the block. They want to know what else you're doing.
Absolutely.
So was that another issue down here at Castleberry? Like were people around you, like say the other businesses from Atlantucky all the way down, were they pro what you were doing?
Absolutely, and I love the community we're in. We all complement each other. Like we all pointing our customers to each other. Yeah. And that's one thing that, you know, is by design, and, you know, all glory to the Most High, because like I said, we all complement each other. We're not competitors. You know what I'm saying? I got a brewery across the street. I've got a coffee shop down a block. I've got another tea shop. I've got a comedy hype around the corner. I got you around the corner. Right. You know, just all this black excellence surrounded, and we all supporting each other. You know, there's no place like it.
Yeah, so apparently you landed in the right place. You got 13. You got 13 no's to get to the right yes.
Absolutely.
So now we got the spot down the street, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like when you first get there, you're gonna notice the blue door, which is gonna stand out immediately. Because I remember knocking on that door at first. I remember Joe. We was knocking on the door and nobody answered. So I was like, bro, we about to be out of here. Here comes Joe with the police knock. Just started banging on the door. I was like, bro, we about to get shot right now.
But it wasn't supposed to be like that. Our Ring camera was down that day, but next time just ring the doorbell. We got you.
Okay, yeah, because we was banging. But when we finally got in, like I say, the place is beautiful inside. Yeah. So talk to us about the whole vibe inside, because I know you say you modeled it after an actual Amsterdam coffee house.
Yeah. So I studied abroad for some time when I was at Emory, and I found myself at a coffee shop every day, literally on a bicycle, folks on their way to work. Before work, they blazing up. Yeah. They go to work, they come back for lunch, eat their lunch, blaze up, and after work, they stop again and blaze up before they go home. So, you know, it's literally a medicine, man. It really keeps us sane, keeps us chill. And I wanted to make sure the space was clean, pristine, because I want us to all feel good when we're in the space. We sage every new moon, making sure we keep the air quality good, make sure the spirits are right, the vibrations are right. We always want you to come in and leave in a better state of mind. Yeah. You know, health and wellness, man.
So talk to us about some of the stuff that's inside the store.
Man, so tonight I'll look to grow to all the different products we have in shop, but we've got everything from teas. We have a tea bar. My aunt's a master gardener. Yeah. So she makes all the teas. She grows a lot of spices. I just turned her, she does composting. So I literally turned her compost this morning with this beautiful weather, man. It's crazy. But we've got teas, gummies, bath bombs. We've got a freeze rub, We've got, of course, a dab bar. That's what's popular. And we've got all different type of edibles, cookies, brownies, Rice Krispies. We've got looking to add, these nutcrackers and all these other products I got tonight. So, yeah.
You know what I like? Because when I first got down there, and I just mentioned it, we did the CBD dab bar, and you almost be to get me to do a dab THC is almost like pulling teeth. Like only two people have done it. Shout to Big Head Brew. Shout to my man Dirty. Only two people got me to do it because I know my lungs, and my lungs will fall out real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
But you got me onto that CBD shit was so smooth, bro. Like I loved it, man. Talk to us about introducing the dab bar, the CBD dab bar, and what's it like trying to get people to try that the first time?
So I'm not gonna lie, you gotta break that stigma, right? Because some folks get triggered. I'm not gonna lie, when they come in my shop, they see all these glass water pipes, and they're like, "Yo, this is giving me crack vibes." I'm like, "No, this is not crack. It's nothing like that."
It's the way you heat it up.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
the way it heats up that gives you that vibe.
And I'm glad you mentioned how it heats up. We use e-nails and battery-operated devices that, they're not harsh. Because typically when you're doing, bongs and things like that, water pipes, you're using, a flame, right? And it's very hot. And it's not consistent. So with the e-nails, it consistently keeps the cannabis burning at the right temperature, which we use 444 degrees.
Yeah, I remember that too.
That's right.
We stuck on that number exactly, 444.
Yeah,
I was
man,
like, yo,
it's,
everything's intentional in here.
Yeah, man, it's like, after hours and hours of research, that was like the perfect temperature. It doesn't hit you too harshly. It's like, I call it, it's like smoking a cloud, man. It's like,
I felt
chill.
the same way because I felt like, again, I know I've had a dab before, and the thing to me, like I say, I know my lungs. My lungs be like, yo, give up. Yeah. And you get that real harsh hit, and you get a real quick head high. Yeah. I got the head high, but I didn't get the harshness on my lungs like that.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, having faith in me, man. And trusting me, man. That's deep, man. That's deep, man.
I did trust you.
Yeah, no.
I did trust you. Plus, Joe was filming too, and I was like, I cannot be coughing up a lung on this camera because Joe has a tendency to keep filming. Like, he don't stop.
Content, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then it's like, and then you also got a bath bomb, man.
I did.
Bath bomb too, man. So hopefully you enjoyed that.
That bath bomb hit, bro. I hate to tell people how much I love bath bombs, but a good CBD or THC bath bomb.
That's self-care, man.
That's up my life. Yeah, I do. I'm getting into self-care. Yo, black man self-care. Like, I'm turning candles on, lights out.
Yes.
I got YouTube playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
I'm in the tub relaxing, man. Body feeling great. I like the fact also that you got your aunt involved. Like I remember when you showed me the her bar, the aunt, what was it, Auntie's tea?
Auntie's bar. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that was so funny to me, man.
Yeah,
so how'd you get her involved with it?
Man, so Auntie's retired. She did over 30 years in a nonprofit. She's done AIDS work. She's done all type of grant writing. Her career spanned about 35 years in LA County. So Skid Row and all those things. She was hands on in that and cleaning up and getting folks the necessary needles and things, and she's a Howard alumnus. So she's always been an activist. And getting her out of retirement, so she couldn't smoke. She had a lung issue. So we're just trying to figure out how are different ways that she can, take cannabis. Yeah. And we started making the teas, man. And she's a natural. Her name is Chai, oddly enough. So it's like you were destined to be doing this, Auntie.
Doing the tie.
So she came out of retirement, and we're just having a good time. We love coming to work every day. I used to go to work and take that deep breath, like, man, I don't believe I'm here again. But now I take a deep breath, and I'm excited. I look forward to meeting the customers every day, man, and just providing therapy and them giving me therapy as well.
Yeah, but you also introduce a lot more to the store. Like y'all got comedy shows, you got these showcases that happen. Like a lot literally happens down at this space. Maybe y'all don't know, but a lot happens down at this space.
That's right. That's right. It's on Pier Space. It's a whole reservable space. Like I said, I built it to be a community center, focused on health and wellness for everybody in the community, right? So that's why we got to keep the vibration high and heavy. We're all about bringing all different talent, local talent. All of the art pieces, in our space are all local talent. Local artists, we have local DJs, R&B singers, jazz singers, you name it. It's really a safe haven for all creatives and visionaries.
Yeah, that's what made me almost feel like I don't know if he wants to do the show. Like I walked in there when I was on your Instagram, I'm like, y'all got jazz singers and everything in here. I don't know if he want to come on down there to Live Hip Hop Daily with us.
Nah, absolutely, man. I hope this is the first of many, man.
Yeah, let's
sure.
do it. You know, we was talking at the store. I'd love to see if we could bring Live Hip Hop Daily down there. Like it's perfectly spaced out.
Everybody, come on through.
Yeah, it's perfectly spaced out. Like we even envisioned it when we was there. Like, nah, y'all can bring the show here. You know, have everybody out here mingling. Yeah, it would be perfect, man. Perfect place.
Dope. I'm definitely game for it, man.
Yeah. So, you talking about turning it into something else? There's a rebranding process right now. So, speak to us about the rebrand.
So we never really had a grand opening because we officially got open. Got the keys in June, about 97 days to build out. So it was about September. So we knew September is like, you know, you're going into the last quarter. Folks are like, it's holiday season, you know, so we really didn't want to force it. So we really wanted to collect data, really make sure we had a good reception with the community. Yeah. So that's what we did, you know. So we've been getting the data. We're making sure the folks love the programming. They love the products. Just making sure we're keeping it funky and keeping it, you know, keeping it hitting with all different type of programming from all different type of, you know, creatives.
So I know is bookstore gallery. Are you gonna have books in there too? Like,
we got tons of books. It's all about, like I said, it's all about education and just taking some time for self. You know, taking some time to pick up a book and, you know, read up on something that you may not have known or something that you're already into. Yeah. You know, just taking that time of solace and peace. You know, people ask me, "Are you gonna sell drinks?" I'm like, that's not the vibe we're going for. Yeah. You know, our space is not for everybody. You know, our space is for those who are supposed to be there, who want to come and chill, and who want to partake in good conversation. And it doesn't matter your background. You know, we don't judge. You know, we don't have no cancel culture in our space.
There's not gonna be Casamigos. Nobody standing on couches.
That's you know, we can go. You know, we can go to a True Lounge or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We're a little different.
What do you feel like you've learned about yourself since embarking on this new journey?
I learned that, you know, patience, you know, manifestation is so real. Yeah. You know, when you're able to be in a good headspace and bring your family along, you know, everything falls into place when you're genuine. I don't have to put a mask on every day like in corporate. You know, I could be my true self, and I can, you know, literally every day work to break down the stigma that, you know, we're not potheads. We all are somebody, and we all are being progressive, you know, and just moving this thing forward. And hopefully, you know, the state of Georgia can be more progressive as well.
Hopefully, man. You know, my man Chris Brown, he still may stop by later tonight. But me and Chris was talking about earlier today some of the bills that are up right now, and I was very I tell people all the time I'm less than optimistic about where Georgia can be. But today he actually had me like, stop playing. Like we really having these kind of conversations now. Then I want to be in the building when this happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man. So do you miss that check?
I actually no. Actually, I don't. I'm so fulfilled, and wealth is not about a currency to me. It's about the time and the quality of time that you spend with people around you. Yeah. And cannabis is a great industry to be in. So, you know, the money's still good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but no, I work every day, and it's not work to me. Yeah. You know, and I can honestly say that. You know, so no, I wouldn't change where I'm at.
Got it, man. Let's get into some consumption habits, man. Paper, blunts, or bongs, man. What's your favorite?
I'm not gonna lie. I do a half and half at least twice a day of some paper or some hemp. Yeah, so I do about half CBD and half of that ZOB.
Is it so you don't get too high?
Yeah, because I gotta be on.
Yeah, you gotta work.
I gotta work. That's right. I gotta work, and like I said, I always lead with education, and just breaking that stigma down. Because like I said, you never know what may trigger somebody. Yeah. You know, they seeing this glass, so I got to find the right apparatus for you, right? So most of the ladies, when they come in, they really like the Zenko, which is like a glass that you can sip the smoke. So it's real elegant, it's real bougie. Really? You know, it's real cool. You know, most of my fellas, they like the Seahorse, where it's like, hey, you know, it's like hitting a cigar, but it's a mechanical one where you can hit the dab pad and just, you know, ingest that way. So we have all different nuanced ways to partake in smoke. And, you know, my space is not just about smoking, right? You can drink some tea. Mm-hmm. You know, you can have some high quality edibles from the bakery. That's always fresh. And everything in my shop is odorless. It's odorless. Are we good over there? We good? I got some CPD freeze rub if she needs any.
Let's
Any
make sure the
bruising
kid's
or
good.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just had a quick moment. We gonna keep you.
Yeah, we good?
Good,
She
good.
good? Okay, cool. Yeah. But,
It gets hot in here.
yeah. Yeah.
But
And that
Kyle, yo,
alone is
I
great.
100% appreciate you coming through, man.
Glad to be here, brother.
For those who want to stop by the store, if want to learn more about the store, how can they do that?
Man, just come on down. We're open every day, Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you can come in the mornings, get you some tea, come in for lunch, get a nice little, have a little dab, go back to work feeling real good. That boss ain't gonna bother you. You can be just out of your head, no more anxiety, just in a really good space.
My boy.
And so you can come through. You can follow us at Live Malawi, LIVEMALAWI, like the country in Africa.
Yeah.
And yeah, just come check us out, man. 461 Nelson Street Southwest, man, Castleberry. 2 blocks from Mercedes-Benz, about 4 from State Farm Arena.
We here, man. I appreciate you coming through, and that's Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation.
Stay tuned.
Appreciate
Cash
it,
Color,
man.
man.
We gonna get some pictures of me.